trying to do it in back-to-back years. Here we go. Game one is underway. The Warriors, Zarba, Bill Kennedy, Sean Corbin are three officials tonight. Trey Maddox, the alternate, Kane Fitzgerald and Brian Forte in the replay center in Secaucus. There goes Draymond Green. That is part of the storyline here, and he gets the first bucket of the second round. Draymond Green and Rudy Gobert, an infamous history. You've got the Jimmy Butler saga. Jimmy Butler returning to Minnesota, where he played here, 66 games here, took him to a playoff, but then burned a bridge, one of the first bridges that he burned, as Mike Conley misses, and there is Gobert. And Stan coming off a magical performance in Game 5 against the Lakers. Gobert went for 27 points and 24 rebounds.
Well, and already we see offensive rebounding being key. The Warriors are going to, Buddy Hield was asking for a timeout.
The uniform.
And they're going to bring.
Once he said it was the Minnesota Timberwolves who recognized the wrong shorts right away. And it is a delay of game. Next delay of game of the Warriors will be a technical. So that is to clean up the Buddy Hield shorts saga. Oh, what an incredible finish. Tyrese Halliburton, a game-winning three-pointer off a missed free throw. And the Indiana Pacers beat the Cavs on the Cavs' home floor for the second straight game. And the road teams have won all four in this second round. And the road team, the Warriors here, match it up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. We're just getting started. 10:18 remaining in this first quarter. We're less than 2 minutes in. Brian Anderson with Stan Van Gundy. And you have just missed something I've never seen. Buddy Hield had the wrong pair of, put the correct pair of shorts on. And we had a stoppage here for a moment. I think it was just so we could enjoy the ending of that incredible Indiana-Cleveland game as Stephen Curry goes to the basket and lays it in.
Yeah, look, and Steph Curry again has his hands full as he does every night. He gets great defenders. Jaden McDaniels, one of the longest and best perimeter defenders in this league, has the assignment tonight.
Anthony Edwards fires one across to Conley. And now Randall. Randall had an excellent series as the Wolves knocked out the late clock is at 2. Got to go quick. Edwards does. And Podziemski out of the pack with a rebound. Wolves took out the Lakers in 5. They've been sitting since last Thursday. While the Warriors come in hot as Jimmy Butler, the former Minnesota Timberwolf, knocks one in to make it 7-4.
And notice Jimmy Butler guarding Rudy Gobert. They want Draymond Green on Randall, though they will switch a lot of screens. So now on the switch, Jimmy Butler on
Edwards, the Olympian, fires it across. And on the take, nothing there. Daniels, second chance. Edwards looking for room. Edwards comes up short. Brandon Podziemski was right with him.
Rudy Gobert, second time already, he's gotten the Wolves a second opportunity. He was very key, especially in Game 7 of that Lakers series.
Curry stepped on the sideline, and the Warriors turn it over. You're going to hear those boos every time Jimmy Butler
ended a 13-year playoff drought for the Wolves. You'd think there'd be at least a little appreciation.
That was in 2018, but then he demanded a trade as Julius Randle gets a little fade away.
Well, that's what Jimmy always does. Eventually, he's going to demand a trade from Golden State, too.
He is the bridge burner, and this was maybe the first bridge that he burned. He was traded from Minnesota to Philadelphia the following season. That was a November trade during the 18-19 season. And Butler, coach, has not played here in Minnesota at Target Center in 4 years. It's been since 2021 as Edwards misses badly and Podziemski with a rebound. And now we're starting to see how much rust is involved with this long layoff for the Timberwolves.
Well, and Edwards went 0 for 11 from 3 in Game 5 of the Lakers series. So he's now missed at least 13 in a row as Curry gets his first one together.
Timberwolves were 7 for 47. They missed 43 pointers in their Game 5 win, the knockout win against the Lakers. Rudy Gobert did a lot of damage in that game with the mismatch. Podziemski left open, and Podziemski knocks one in.
Look, I think it's impressive that you can win on the road in an NBA playoff game against the team that has LeBron James and Luka Doncic when you're 7 for 47 from 3.
Gobert gets inside. The run right now, 11-4 Golden State.
Well, just look out on the floor. You can see the size difference, not just with Gobert, really the team overall. Minnesota, a much longer team than Golden State.
Here's Draymond Green, and out it goes. Podziemski took a shot by Randall, but Podziemski committed the foul. And asking the officials to watch the elbows. Podziemski could be a key in this series. You start to look to the others on the rosters, and it's a 3-point Warriors lead.
That's already 3 offensive rebounds from Minnesota. We're the best offensive rebounding team in the first round of the playoffs, and the Warriors struggled to keep Houston off the glass, and now struggling early to keep Minnesota off the glass.
Wolves, #1 offensive rebounding team in the league this year. Great perimeter defense. There's McDaniels. Anthony Edwards is down, grabbing at his right ankle. Gobert comes in, gets it, and puts it back. Gobert just flying to the glass.
Rudy Gobert scored 14 points, Brian, in the first 4 games of the Lakers series and had 27 points and 24 rebounds in Game 5. Has 6 points and 5 rebounds already tonight.
Good find by Curry, and Butler missed it. And Timberwolves fans enjoy that. 6-0 Minnesota run here each series, and then in the closeout games were historically good.
Absolutely, and we've seen that a lot in NBA history. We've got a foul here away from the ball on the Warriors. The call that is made, they're simply disputing the non-calls at the other end of the floor.
Keith Santos, his first minutes on the floor, picked up that foul. Naz Reid running with Dante DiVincenzo. Minnesota has an outstanding bench. And DiVincenzo, nice little fadeaway baseline jumper.
Nice for him to see that one go. Played well in the first round, but did not shoot well. 30% from the floor and 19% from 3 in the first round against the Lakers.
See Gary Payton II on the floor. He missed Game 7 in Houston with an illness. Oh, Curry over the head, and Payton can't cash it in. McDaniels up high for the rebound. Minnesota's got the lead. DiVincenzo, the former Warrior, kicks it to the corner. Here's McDaniels, great ball movement, and McDaniels cannot finish it.
Well, and Minnesota, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league, but they struggled in the first round against the Lakers at only 32%, and they start this game at 0 for 6.
Here's Curry, short. And Edwards secures. McDaniels. Moses Moody on him, and now over Draymond. McDaniels hits. Jaden McDaniels had a couple of big games in that Lakers series. Went for 30 in Game 3, went for 25 in the opener of Game 1. Wolves on a 10-0 run here.
To overcome it and get a road win. So this isn't just a one-man team.
Kevon Looney enters the mix here in the first quarter. Saw him play in Game 7. Shot clock at 2. Moses Moody, no good. And DiVincenzo pokes it free. That hit the... No, it's going to be a foul. I beg your pardon. So that is going to be a foul on Minnesota.
Walker will get here, if not late in this quarter, in the second round, and that'll be it for the T-Wolves rotation.
Wow, Payton able to swipe that rebound away from Gobert. Sets up Curry for 3. And Chris Finch wants a timeout.
Longer to get my body ready than it did when I was 23, but we all end up in the same arena knowing how to prepare ourselves for a game. It's a talking point, but not really relevant to us. And guys, he also added that playing every other day has actually helped them to stay in a rhythm in the playoffs. The bottom line, the Warriors aren't using Andrew mileage as an excuse here for Game 1.
Well, they've been through it before, and you're right. This is their 9th playoff game, the Warriors. 6 consecutive with just 1 day in between, as Naz Reid able to get the friendly roll. And I'll ask you, Coach, so if the Warriors keep on this run here, if they get to a game 5, it'll be 10 straight games of every other day for Golden State. Is Stephen Curry accurate when he's saying it's a good part of the rhythm for them, or do you feel like there's going to be some diminishing returns?
Well, could be some fatigue, but next day or the 7th day, an extra day, not all guys like the extra time off.
Here's Randall on a feed from DiVincenzo, sprays it back out. Alexander Walker with a miss. I think really the more interesting aspect of this to watch is the rust on the Wolves after 5 days off. Anthony Edwards has started 0 for 4 in his first 10 minutes. He has not scored, does have a couple of rebounds. Steve Kerr is using a bunch of different combinations in this first quarter as well. As Moody almost traveled, puts up a bad shot.
Well, one thing you're trying to do in game 1 is to get a great move by Naz Reid. But in game 1, you're trying to get a feel for what combinations you like against the other team. Got to understand, these two teams really didn't play against each other in the regular season, because the last time they played was January the 15th, almost a month before Jimmy Butler came over. So they're really trying to feel each other out here.
Warriors won the season series 3-1. They played 4 times in about a 2-month span as Moody just dribbles it out. At all these games. Here's Randall now driving, sprays, DiVincenzo, no. And Naz Reid with the offensive board. Alexander Walker, and the pass was too hot for Randall. And it is a Minnesota giveaway.
League in three-point shooting at almost 38%. 5th in makes at 15 a game. So this is a team that has relied on the threes and just hasn't been able to get them to go down of late.
Great moves by Edwards. He misses again, misses twice. Anthony Edwards cannot buy one right now.
Anthony Edwards now 5 of his last 25 on the floor.
Buddy Hield, the game 7 star, missed it close.
This is a pitcher's duel right now, B.A.
It is. Your baseball reference. It's 20-16. Wolves have the lead, and Buddy Hield finds Payton, who puts it down. Payton is back after an illness, knocked him out of game 7. Says he hopes to be able to give him 20-plus minutes tonight back in his normal rotation.
See, Julius Randle looks a little tired right here in front of us. The pace has been up, and you haven't played a game in 5 days. You know, people think, oh, the rest is good, and it will be maybe over time. But you get winded when you first come back. Guys out there coming back from the All-Star break always do.
Got late clock, had to put up a tough shot, and that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter.
Move the ball inside, kick it out for 3.
Yeah, the way to counter pressure is with your own pressure, and just be aggressive. Obviously, they know a bunch of our stuff is for Steph and Jimmy, obviously, and so they're heating up the other guys. Other guys got to make plays.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Brandon Pajemski, we appreciate his time. He knocked down 1 3-pointer in his first window of playing time. Warriors grab the lead on a Draymond Green 3-pointer. Green with the box out, able to secure the rebound to Butler. We have not had a free throw in this game.
We have not, and Minnesota now 0 for 9 from 3. The Warriors plus 15 points from the 3-point line. The T-Wolves plus 10 in the paint.
Naz Reid fouls don't look like 6 and 7 seeds.
No, they look like 2 and 3 seeds to me. I mean, both these teams struggled early. The Wolves were only 32 and 29, and then Randall came back, and they really started to play well. The Warriors were under 500 before the Jimmy Butler trade. They finished strong down the stretch. These are 2 of the best teams in the NBA.
It's going to be an offensive foul. Curry stood in there and took the charge. Maybe Randall.
That's well out of the restricted area.
Curry for 3, no good. Butler, offensive rebound. He's got 2 here in the last 2 trips down the floor.
Well, that's now 11 offensive rebounds combined.
Turnover, bad pass, Draymond Green. Randall and Butler running the floor with the steal. Little sauce on Randall's pass, and it's a Minnesota turnover. Butler drives it on DiVincenzo, comes up short, but a foul. And free throws for Jimmy Butler. With Butler They were great on the road. They won 9 of their last 11 road games. Unable to hit the first. We remind you, the NBA on TNT is brought to you by Haagen-Dazs.
Shouldn't be totally surprised by the low-scoring part of this. Two of the best defensive teams in the league. Once Butler came to the Warriors, they were actually the best team over the last 31 games on the defensive end. And in March and April, the Timberwolves, 7th defensively in the league. And the Warriors in the zone, Minnesota throws over the top of the Bears.
Long drought without scoring for the Wolves. It continues here. Curry and Draymond. Dynamic duo, and that's Naz Reid blowing that up. Naz Reid has a couple of excellent defensive moments here early. And Alexander Walker, another missed three-pointer. Quentin Post secures the rebound.
So coming off 7 for 47. Minnesota 0 for 10.
Ouch.
From 3 to start this game, a team that was 4th in the NBA in three-point percentage.
Curry dancing with Alexander Walker. Got it. Stephen Curry, as only he can do.
And Steve Kerr just shakes his head. Not in disbelief, because he's seen it for a long, long time.
Remember, Curry only had 3 first-half points in Game 7 Sunday. DiVincenzo, another miss, 0 for 11. Minnesota has missed their last 9 field goal attempts.
The Warriors playing a lot of zone right here. One of the things we talked about in the last series, not just the Warriors who played it well, but just zone defense a lot more prevalent in the NBA now as Curry converts the floater.
Well, Curry's hurt though, Coach. Something grabbed him. He's asking for relief from that bench. I'm not sure what it was, but he came out of there hobbled. High off the window, no good. 10 in a row missed by Minnesota.
It's just this Warrior defense has been good.
Curry's not right. Draymond Green fires up a three-pointer, hits another one. Draymond Green with 2 threes. And Chris Finch gets the timeout. This is a 14-0 run, but there Jabara is back there. When she gets an answer, we'll get it to you. That's tough, though. That did not look good.
Not at all. And the hamstring, as you know, can become a very bad injury.
But Draymond Green going Steph Curry out here, knocking down yet another three-pointer.
Well, this reminds me of when Magic Johnson had to fill in for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and played center. Draymond Green said, okay, no Steph Curry, I'll be Steph Curry.
Warriors off and running here as Buddy Hield missed it. Naz Reid has really done a nice job defensively. He's disrupted a number of plays. No points, 6.5 minutes and counting. And Naz Reid finally scores for Minnesota. They had missed 11 straight.
They're shooting 32% and are 0 for 11 from 3 and have not gone to the free throw line and have 5 turnovers.
That was Minnesota's first basket of the second quarter. Butler finds Green, the hot hand, and he stays hot. Oh, Draymond Green delivering 1-3 after another. He's 4 for 5 from beyond the arc.
He's being guarded by Rudy Gobert. So Rudy's a rim protector. Draymond not a great three-point shooter normally, so they're willing to give him some shots, and right now it's not working in their favor.
0 for 12 for Minnesota beyond the arc. Disaster window of time here for the Wolves. Warriors lead it by 14. Jimmy Butler has Gobert. Looking for Draymond Green. Butler gets inside. Gobert got a piece of that. That's why it went to double dribble. And that's a shot clock violation. Another good stand. And Buddy Hield will sit.
Warriors go back to their zone, which Steve Kerr wanted to use a lot unless Anthony Edwards and DiVincenzo were in the game together. Anthony Edwards now 0 for 7, 0 for 3, and Minnesota 0 for 13 from 3.
Halfway through the second quarter, Podziemski rises up. The lefty missed it, and Gobert secures the rebound. Rudy Gobert picks up his 6th rebound. He's got 6 points. Randle fouled, and Julius Randle will go to the line.
So
This will take this quarter. And first free throws for the Wolves. And Julius Randle was an all-star with the Knicks last couple of years, only 46 games last year.
So when people talk about the fatigue factor going through all of this, he's not leaving his guys out there for long stints right now. He's using everybody. Guy Sampras didn't get a lot of minutes late in that series. And now Warriors taking a timeout with a 12-point lead as Minnesota continues.
9 years ago, back in 2016. Warriors with the ball. Stephen Curry still back in the locker room. And that's poked away from behind. Turnover. Here come the Wolves. Edwards turned away. DiVincenzo run off the three-point line. DiVincenzo drives, hangs, and missed it. Gobert had it in his hands for a moment, knocked away, and it'll be Wolves ball.
Well, we saw Anthony Edwards defending Jimmy Butler, who rarely turns the ball over. 29 assists and 3 turnovers in the first round. But against Anthony Edwards' defense, he gets a steal.
Minnesota has one made field goal in the second quarter. We're 7 minutes into it. Randle, a flurry of moves, comes up short, and Podziemski is fouled. Loose ball foul on Gobert. Ready group, and Steve Kerr really means it. You stay ready, better be ready.
Well, that's just it. Everybody has a stay ready group, but most of the guys are staying ready for no reason because they're actually not going to play.
Gobert got the block, and a shoes for the Warriors and their fans. Stephen Curry, a hamstring injury. We showed you the plays where he first indicated to us that it was injured. Turnover, Minnesota. Kuminga with a head of steam, and he lost it out of bounds. That'll be Minnesota ball. 4:07 left in this second quarter.
Well, so what do you do if you're the Warriors? Number one, you lean on your defense. People always think of the Warriors because of Steph Curry as an offensive team, but in the Steve Kerr era, they have been great defensively, and we said since Jimmy Butler came to them, they've been the best defensive team in the league. And then second, remember, they do have Jimmy Butler, who's been a primary scorer in most places that he's been.
Another turnover, and DiVincenzo looking up top. They reset it. Edwards driving on Buddy Hield. Edwards, no. And Looney with the rebound. Edwards was sure he was fouled. Here goes Looney to the basket. Looney lays it in.
Well, Anthony Edwards staying down the floor to complain about the call rather than run back gives the Warriors that basket.
And Naz Reid turns it over. For Minnesota out of sorts right now. Just 2 made baskets in the second quarter. The other 2 points coming on free throws. They led 20-18 after the first quarter and have only scored 6 points. And Draymond Green, tonight's sharpshooter, is back on the court.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Wolves play like this in months. I mean, they were the second best offense in the league from the 1st of March on after Julius Randle came back. And just tonight, with all that time off maybe, just have lost their rhythm.
That's going to be a travel. So another searching for answers. DiVincenzo running the point right now. Randle gets inside. And Steve Kerr immediately calls a timeout. 23 years of age. Got to 9,000 points quickly. 3rd youngest to do that. Set that late in the season as Buddy Hield drives, misses a point-blank layup. It has been ugly as far as putting the ball in the basket goes in this first half.
Well, the Warriors shooting 53% from 3, but barely over 40% on 2.
Naz Reid's got that quick release and able to run it down. Draymond Green hits the deck. Payton is down as well. Warriors have 2 players on the floor in the backcourt. Now Green and Payton get into the act.
Well, those are the kind of plays Draymond Green's made throughout his career to help the Warriors win basketball games.
Kuminga, offensive rebound, sets out Butler, short. Butler, offensive rebound. Butler, shot fakes, they stay put. Nice D by Edwards. Here goes Draymond Green to the basket.
Jimmy Butler has 4 offensive rebounds already in this game. Only 4 points. He's only 1 for 5, but 4 offensive rebounds.
Naz Reid is limping on his way down the floor. Warriors lead by 12. DiVincenzo, no good. Heat goes on. 0 for 15 from three-point range. Butler with DiVincenzo on him. Cut to the basket and a foul. Buddy Hield with a rip.
He hit it on the floor, diving. We're like the only healthy people left in here.
I wouldn't go that far.
That's
How healthy are we?
That's a solid point.
Naz, game 7 three-point made record. Curry left. It was a 10-point Warriors lead when Curry went to the locker room. He will not return tonight. Warriors have pushed their lead to 14. Edwards gets inside. He's fouled, but he cannot get one to go. It's been one of those nights. Edwards does.
Game 5 where he didn't make a 3. Now he misses his free throw, and he was 5 for 8.
Moment with the NBA app. Download the app today for the latest scores, highlights, and behind-the-scenes access to all the drama. This crowd trying to help out their superstar. Knocks it down. Encouragement from the home fans. Anthony Edwards finally in the box score with his first point of the game as we go under a minute. Oh, Buddy Hield slips to the basket. Gobert there for help. Gobert with a block. Here come the Wolves. Edwards with Payton on him. Finds DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo drives. Tough shot, and that one's in.
That's a tough finish for DiVincenzo there.
Green, the playmaker. Payton. Daniels keeps his feet on the ground. Wolves are disciplined on defense right now. Three-pointers and air ball. Gobert might have got a piece, but Jimmy Butler with his 5th offensive rebound of the half, able to put it back.
They're not going to give Draymond an assist on that.
Warriors lead is 13. They've gone +3 with Curry in the locker room.
Interestingly, Anthony Edwards didn't even want the ball on this last possession.
And now Butler with a steal. Butler heaves it up. And that'll take us to the end of...
But haven't converted. And on the injury update, guys, I'm still waiting on an update on Naz Reid. We'll keep you posted if I hear anything.
Naz Reid, thank you, Lauren, was on the floor, working out during the halftime break, trying to get himself right once again. We'll see if he returns as Gary Payton II knocks down the three-pointer. He's the one who gets to start for Curry. 31 points allowed in the first half. Franchise history, that is the #1 mark in the playoffs for the Golden State Warriors. The Minnesota Timberwolves scored 11 points in the second quarter. They made 4 baskets. They have not had an 18 to find the last half of basketball for the Wolves without a made 3.
That's incredible. I mean, and look, you're talking going back 7 years with a half that bad. 175 halves this year. And that was the 175th it took him to not make a 3. Just incredible. And yet, especially with Steph Curry in the locker room the rest of the night, you got to feel good that you got a chance if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Well, the major question coming into this game 1, rest versus rust. And I think both have had an effect. Stephen Curry obviously playing all these games and all these minutes and all this travel. And the hamstring couldn't survive this game 1. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves just can't buy a basket. They do not look like they are connected at all. The game is eluding them right now. Be a jump ball. And let's go back to Lauren. You got an update on Naz Reid. What'd you learn, Lauren?
Yeah, quick update. Naz Reid, he's available.
Pass Gary Payton right there. Gets to a jump ball, then wins the jump ball and gets it to Draymond Green, who misses a 3, a rare miss for Draymond tonight. By the way, at halftime, Brian, friend of yours too, Tom Izzo, trying to take credit for Draymond Green shooting. If you're going to do that, then you got to take credit for him shooting under 25% in the first round.
Here's Jimmy Butler on a great feed from Draymond Green. Noted shooting coach Tom Izzo.
Yeah, that's really not what Tom Izzo's known for. He's known for a lot of great coaching, but not that.
Green knocked down 4 threes in that first half. See if Minnesota can get their feet under him right now. Randall dropping the shoulder. McDaniels finds Mike Conley, and Conley in and out. That was halfway down. And the drought continues. 16 consecutive misses. And Jaden McDaniels just grabs Podziemski. Frustration.
Normally are not there against the Wolves and Rudy Gobert.
The Houston Rockets kind of took Draymond Green out of that playmaking role for a good chunk of that 7-game series in the opening round. That's going to be a foul on Payton. Offensive foul on the screen. Conley hits a deck. Draymond, while
plays Rudy Gobert.
This has been a mess for the Minnesota Timberwolves. After an impressive series win over the Lakers, as McDaniels' little turnaround off the glass. Jaden McDaniels has had a few moments. He's been the lone bright spot. He's got 8 points. He's made half his shots.
And he averaged 17 in that Lakers series.
Buddy Hield rattles in and out. Edwards with the rebound.
Well, and that's Edwards' 7th rebound of the night. 8th rebound of the night, I'm sorry. So he is finding ways to do other things.
Conley finds Randall. Randall gets to the paint. Randall, the lefty, missed it. And it is Podziemski with the rebound. Draymond Green, the hub of the wheel, finds Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield delivers a 3-ball.
Buddy was 0 for 8 until that bucket, and that's his first. Anthony Edwards not the only guy struggling to get the ball in the basket tonight.
Anthony Edwards, now 0 for 9, now 0 for 10. He's getting to the rim like he normally does. He can't finish it. Hield in transition. Back-to-back threes. Buddy Hield knocks him down, and Chris Finch wants a timeout. 20-point Golden State lead without Curry on the floor. Second quarter points. They have just 4 in this third quarter, and they're still sitting on 35 points as we play in the third quarter. Naz Reid back on the floor. Naz Reid able to deliver a 3-ball, the first of the game, and they rejoice at Target Center.
Well, they're up to 6% now from 3.
The lid is off after 16 consecutive missed threes. Buddy Hield back to work, and he draws the foul, and that one goes. Chance at a 3-point play for Buddy Hield.
Pat Spencer, the only guy ejected from the first round series that had all those flagrant fouls and technicals. Of all the guys to get ejected, Pat Spencer.
Pat Spencer for a headbutt. And Buddy Hield, 3 straight possessions, and Hield delivers 3-point plays either from beyond the arc or the old school 3-point play there. 9 in a row for Hield. Anthony Edwards drives and scores. Man, did that take a while. Edwards, his first field goal after 10 consecutive misses.
28 minutes into the game to get his first bucket.
Buddy Hield once again. Buddy Hield missed it. DiVincenzo the rebound. Spencer puts it away from behind. Podziemski hits the floor. Late clock here, down to 5. Podziemski missed it. Edwards with a rebound. Saw Chris Finch's hair right there. His hair is kind of symbolic of how this game has gone. It's all over the place for the Wolves. That is going to go, and the toughest attempt of the night by Edwards. He scores it with a...
And he could get it going and have a huge second half, and quite honestly, the Wolves need it.
58-43. Minnesota trying to fight their way back in here. The Warriors without Stephen Curry the rest of the game. Out with a hamstring strain. Jonathan Kuminga getting some run here tonight. Played over 7 minutes in game 7, and Kuminga draws the contact. Naz Reid with the foul. And Jonathan Kuminga, an offensive weapon. Jonathan Kuminga. He hardly found the floor late in the season. He did miss 22 games January through the early part of March. Missed 2 months of time and was out of the rotation. He played in 3 games, actually got a start in the first round. The game after Jimmy Butler was injured and did not play. That was game 3. Second chance here for Minnesota.
Golden State now switching everything, 1-3-5.
McDaniels knocks down a jumper.
He's become a very reliable offensive weapon for this Timberwolves team.
This game is long from over. Buddy Hield drives high off the glass. Hield having a big third quarter.
Wow. One hand, left hand finish. Not what Buddy Hield is known for.
Kuminga will foul Naz Reid. Reid hits
for the Warriors, not against this Minnesota defense.
Here goes Naz Reid to the basket. Nice move. Reid puts it in. Warriors lead is 15. Reid with 11 now, 5 in the quarter. Looney and Moody, the 2 subs for the Warriors. Spencer working with Butler. Spencer. And, hook shot. Missed it.
I don't know.
Spencer with the offensive rebound.
To get it, but I don't know if Spencer going at Jaden McDaniels is the matchup they're looking for.
Butler with Edwards on him. Butler rises up short. Excellent defense by Edwards.
I know they're up 15, but I think they're going to need more on the offensive end from Jimmy Butler.
And here comes Edwards. And Steve Kerr can sense it. Minnesota down 13, starting to get a little mojo now. This crowd getting into it. Kuminga backs down Edwards, swipe down. Here's Butler. Butler secures it.
And Butler's the guy that's got to get going with Steph Curry out.
McDaniels gets into the paint, puts that one in at 6'9", just shoots it right over the defenders. Now the offense starting to flow a little bit for the Wolves. Buddy Hield is coming right back on the floor as well.
Well, not a lot of shot creation out there.
Oh, look at Spencer.
For the Warriors, but Spencer, seems to me like every time Spencer plays, Brian, he plays well.
He's not accustomed to being in a playoff game when it's this tight, as DiVincenzo missed it. But the Warriors need him tonight. Another offensive rebound sets up a second chance for Minnesota. Looney out on Edwards. He gets a step. Edwards drives and scores. And they're coming easy at the basket for Anthony Edwards now. 9 in this third quarter after just 1 made free throw in the first half. And a foul on Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Anthony Edwards go by people and get into the paint.
Minnesota on a 15-8 run, covers the last 4+ minutes. Warriors with the ball.
4 minutes seems like an explosion for Minnesota tonight.
Well, remember, they only scored 11 in a 12-minute second quarter. Payton out to Butler. Butler with DiVincenzo on him. Butler, oh my goodness, he fires it off the glass, trying to draw a foul. Didn't get the whistle, but knocks in a prayer. Reid lost the handle, turned it over. Spencer pushes it. Butler finds Buddy Hield. Hield kicks it out to Payton. Everybody getting a touch here. Now Hield resets and hits a 3.
Well, in addition to the shooting woes for Minnesota, Golden State's energy and quickness is just a lot higher than Minnesota's tonight.
Last touch by Spencer. That'll be Wolves.
Energy. Steve Kerr's made liberal use of his bench. 12 guys have played in this game.
Edwards guarded by Payton. And fires one too hot for Julius Randle.
And in addition to the shooting, that's 13 turnovers for Minnesota.
Edwards runs it down, gets a steal. Alexander Walker. DiVincenzo, Randle around the horn it goes. Naz Reid, no. Pat Spencer at the controls here. He pushes. Spencer with that hook shot. That's his shot, coach. It's a running hook shot.
Holy cow. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is impressive.
8-0 Golden State run. DiVincenzo short. And Reed's gonna pick up the foul. Loose ball foul on Naz Reid.
Stay ready. That's Pat Spencer. Warriors by 21.
Help him.
I've always been there for him.
Green knocks down the first. You're watching the NBA on TNT. It is brought to you by Visible. Score fast built it to 20. Timberwolves went on a 15-8 run. They got within 13, but now the Warriors on a 10-0 run. They're Minnesota enduring their largest deficit this postseason. Trailed the Lakers by 22 in game 2. And down 23 here late in the third quarter. Randall barrels his way to the basket and puts it in.
Strong move there. If you want to know, they've been in an 8-man rotation for a long, long time, a couple of months. As DiVincenzo gets a steal, and they're going to go with Terrence Shannon coming in as the 9th guy in this game.
Randall gets his own. Randall fouled. Julius Randall. And Randall knocks down the first, and we kick it over to Lauren Jabara.
Dante DiVincenzo talked about Julius this morning. He said he's been amazing, an all-NBA guy and a huge reason why we won that series. He said, what I love about him, though, is he doesn't need the spotlight. He hears the criticism, but their third child, the daughter, to join their 2 sons this week. It's Randall, starting 5 guys.
Nice, well done. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, how about that? So up ahead, Spencer, and Spencer, that's going to be an offensive foul. Terrence Shannon finally gets some. 14 turnover for Golden State, 5th in the quarter here.
Warriors go into that zone.
Wolves down 19 with the ball. Randall to Edwards. Nice catch by Edwards. And we got a whistle and stepped on the sideline. Edwards turns it over. 14.
You got to do a better job taking care of the ball. They only averaged a bit over 11 turnovers a game in that series against LA.
Coming to the end of the third quarter. Buddy Hield with Shannon on him. Buddy Hield dancing, 3-pointer, no good. And it is Edwards who secures the rebound.
His 11th rebound of the night.
Randall. Shannon now. Shannon tied up by Kuminga in a matchup of double zeros. And that'll be a jump ball. And Spencer taps it over to Draymond Green. Here goes Buddy Hield on the run. Pulls it back, and we'll get into some ball control here. Draymond Green drives, finds Kuminga.
That ball goes to the outside or the baseline. That slot cut that Kuminga just ran is generally open. Great cut, great pass.
Draymond Green with the excellent vision. DiVincenzo, and he is, that's going to be a loose ball foul on Randall. Let's go on. He got 6 assists tonight. He's gone over 1,000 assists in the playoffs in his career. 1,003 to be exact. Top 15 in that category. In it for a chance to win NBA prizes at MichelobUltra.com/courtside. Courtesy of Michelob Ultra Zero. 0 alcohol, 29 calories. Try it today.
Braxton Key becomes the 13th Warrior to play here in the first 3 quarters. Steve Kerr truly making use of everyone on his bench.
And so Buddy Hield will resume.
I think the Warriors would much rather have Buddy Hield shooting a free throw than Draymond Green.
Sure, and they gave him 2.
Well, because they made the mistake, yeah.
Chris Finch is saying, why do we get punished? That's the way the night's gone for the Timberwolves head coach. That's such a great job here. Buddy Hield knocks them both down, so they got that mess sorted out. I like how Draymond Green just went to the free throw line.
He's been on fire tonight, so why not?
DiVincenzo for 3. Got it. That was pure. Dante DiVincenzo makes just the second three-pointer of the night for the Wolves. It's a 20-point game coming to the end of the third quarter.
Wolves on fire from three in this quarter, 2 for 5.
Kuminga, that was a low pass, and DiVincenzo able to get a hand on it. It'll stay Warriors ball. 4.7 remaining.
Even Spencer before. DiVincenzo makes it tough.
Clock ticks. Chance at the last one. Buddy Hield lets it fly, missed it, and that'll take us to the end of the third. Warriors had a 13-point lead at the
defense, and this is what the Timberwolves have to do. That's how you overcome tough shooting nights. You do it with their defense, and they haven't defended well tonight. Great play there, though, by Mike Conley.
The fourth quarter was winning time for the Wolves against the Lakers. They were plus 42 in the fourth quarter in that first series as Gobert blocks Draymond Green.
That's the Warriors' 13th turnover of the night, 14 for Minnesota. Still plenty of time for the Wolves, especially with Steph Curry sitting in that locker room.
20-point leads can evaporate in a hurry. Conley finds DiVincenzo, quick release, that's an air ball. And Draymond Green able to get it to Podziemski. Jimmy Butler finds Green, Butler and Green will have to be the tandem here. Kuminga stays on the floor to start this fourth quarter. And Butler, Kuminga set up for three. Jonathan Kuminga rattles one in.
Great pass there by Butler, his 5th assist of the night. He's got 8 rebounds, 6th offensive, and Podziemski draws an offensive foul. 15th turnover in other ways to help his team, but I still think down the stretch he's going to have to get the ball in his hands and make plays.
They clear it out for him, and DiVincenzo.
Give him a lot of credit. Winning is more important than anything else.
I loved everything he said prior to the game, Game 7 Sunday, and after the game as well, as that is knocked out of bounds with 6 to shoot here.
The ball. It's the third one he's either stolen or deflected.
Draymond Green. Clock ticks to 4. Kuminga in traffic, blocked by Naz Reid. McDaniels finds Reid. Reid drives it, and Reid, that little runner is good.
Naz Reid with 16 points, leading scorer for the Timberwolves on the night.
Butler again guarded by DiVincenzo. Oh, Butler had a look, I thought. Passed it up. Podziemski for 3. No good. Gobert clears it away.
You're right. Jimmy Butler's got to shoot that in there. Great to be a playmaker, but right now, the Warriors need scoring. When Jimmy Butler can get a good look, he's got to take advantage.
Naz Reid hits a 3. Steve Kerr wants a timeout. Minnesota showing life. Shots 5 against the Lakers, and the first one here tonight. Warriors coming out of the timeout. Buddy Hield driving on Gobert. Conley hits the ground. That leaves Butler open. That line drive misses. Gobert fetches the rebound, and Spencer fouls him.
The Warriors spacing was a little bit of a mess there.
One of the great collegiate lacrosse players in the country, the best in his prime, but he's found his way in a Warriors playoff game here as Gobert gets it deep and dunks it on Butler.
Well, I'm surprised we haven't seen them try to do a little bit more of that. Butler's been on him for most of the night.
Minnesota chipping away. They're down 13. Here's Jimmy Butler driving on Gobert, and a foul.
I like it. Jimmy Butler's going to have to look to score. Butler's got to look to score. There's a great coach at Lipscomb University in the NCAA tournament this year. Lenny Acuff had a great term. He said every team needs...
Curry out of this game the rest of the way, left in the second quarter with a hamstring strain. Lead is 15 for Golden State. There goes Edwards. Gets by Spencer. Edwards is fouled, and it goes. The Ant-Man with a chance at a three-point play. Mattered, but he didn't need to score. Just 2 attempts and 3 attempts against Brooklyn and Philadelphia.
Late in the year when neither team was putting out great lineups.
It was a much different story in the first half tonight. He could not buy a basket.
There's still a long way to go. 12-point lead with 8 minutes, and you've got what should be the best player on the floor in Anthony Edwards.
Draymond Green finds Hield. Gobert lurking inside. Good ball movement. Draymond Green misses a 3, and there's Gobert with a rebound. Here come the Wolves. 10-2 run. Trying to add to it. Conley with the left hand. No. And Gobert going to be fouled by Green.
Seeing Kevon Looney right now.
Edwards. Shake and bake. Edwards drives. Edwards lays it in. Shifty, explosive. And Anthony Edwards has him believing here at Target Center. The lead is 10 for Golden State.
Got to contain him and not let him to the rim.
15 points for Anthony Edwards. 14 of those in the second half. As Butler drives, again looking to kick. Wolves right with the Warriors. Hook shot again. Spencer got it back. Sets up Jimmy Butler. Well, that looked bad out of his hand, but he had to get rid of it. Another chance here for Golden State as Draymond Green sprays it. Amazing how much ground the Wolves have covered this trip down the floor. And Green misses, and Edwards secures the rebound. And you want to talk about a defensive stand. Clip that one off forever. Hield tried to stay with Edwards. Corner 3, no good. Gobert, and he's fouled. Loose ball foul. Edwards gets free, missed it this time. And Buddy Hield secures it. That was Podziemski who had the tip. Podziemski is a great rebounding guard. Jimmy Butler missed it. And Looney on Gobert. Looney comes away with the offensive rebound. Falling out of bounds, but he throws it off of DiVincenzo. Wise move by Kevon Looney.
A great effort by Kevon Looney there, though. Roots of his former teammate, Dante DiVincenzo.
11 to shoot. Buddy Hield. No good.
And now it's the Warriors who can't buy a basket.
Ball's loose. Looney runs it down. What eternity on this end of the floor. Back-to-back possessions. Podziemski, no good. And Looney's going to be hit with the loose ball foul.
That's going to put Gobert at the line on the 15th foul of the quarter, and it's 6 minutes now that Minnesota will be shooting free throws on Golden State fouls.
Over 4.5 minutes without a field goal. Gobert in the first round made just half of his free throws. He knocks down the first here. Don't forget, doubleheader coming your way tomorrow. Game 2's Knicks Celtics and the Nuggets Thunder right here on TNT. You can go to the NBA app or NBA.com. Road teams winning each of those games. Nothing but road wins thus far as Gobert 1 out of 2.
The Warriors are 1 for 11 in the quarter. They've made 2 free throws. The one bucket they made was a 3, so they've got 5 points in 6 minutes.
Minnesota 6 for 11. Buddy Hield pours in a 3-pointer. That was a clutch bucket. Warriors desperately needed that one. McDaniels, no good. Looney the rebound.
I like having Looney in this game. A rim protector, not a shot blocker, but a rim protector. Will get his body in front, will use verticality.
Hield gives it up. Butler, and Butler pins down Gobert. A little shot fake or a head fake. Gobert didn't jump with him. Butler scores 6. Warriors down, beg your pardon, up 14. Wolves with the ball as we approach the 5-minute mark of this fourth quarter. Anthony Edwards has come alive in this second half with 14 points. Edwards drives again, gets stuck. That was Hield with the deflection. I tell you, Coach, Buddy Hield has made.
Certainly the best defensive year of his career.
Looney just holds his ground. Gobert runs right into him and lost the handle. Looney's been a difference maker here. He's calmed the waters for the Warriors.
Well, you talk about a stay-ready guy. Kevon Looney has played every role for the Warriors.
Looney finds Butler. Shot clock down to 2. Butler's got to go. Butler rises up and missed it. Looney with the rebound. Might have got away with a push.
He did get away with a push, but this is what Kevon Looney does. He gets you extra possessions.
Ton of
6 rebounds in 13 minutes already.
Warriors are racking up some offensive rebounds in this fourth quarter. And they finally get a whistle. Yes.
Can't wait to watch.
Looking forward to that. Here we go. Warriors with the ball. Butler will put it in. 4:19 remaining in regulation here. Minnesota got on a little bit of a run, but the Warriors have quieted it down. Looney's been a big part of it. Podziemski with 3 to shoot. Naz reads on him. Podziemski puts it up quickly. Missed everything. And a shot clock violation. Warriors with a turnover.
And Jimmy Butler just stands in the corner the entire possession.
Wolves desperate for a basket right now. Over 3.5 minutes without one. Down 14. Under 4 minutes to go. Both teams have prevailed in all of these second-round games. Randle is fouled. And free throws here for Julius Randle. Without a free throw. It's been an odd game in a lot of ways. And Wolves just, you know, we wondered about the rust of having 5 days off after they closed out the Lakers in 5 games. 39% from the field. Just 4 for 25 from 3.
The problem is, though, that's not their only problem. Like, we saw them overcome 7 for 47 from 3 to win a road game in LA, but tonight they've given up 16 offensive rebounds. They've turned it over 16 times.
Jimmy Butler drives. This is Butler time, but he's denied. Randle goes the back of the wall. Here's Edwards now with Peyton on him. Edwards gets a step, lays it in, and one.
Steve Kerr upset with his defense. How do you let Anthony Edwards get to his roots? Has 17 points going for 18. He hasn't made a jump shot tonight.
All of it coming at the line or in the lane. And it is a 9-point game. Minnesota at 1 point down 23 are within single digits. Draymond Green back on the floor with 5 fouls. Jimmy Butler follows Green, kicks it. Payton, big 3 on its way. And Gary Payton the second. A monster 3 in the corner for Golden State.
Jimmy Butler's 7th assist of the night. Ball's got to be in his hands every possession. He's either got to score it or make plays.
DiVincenzo finds Edwards. Edwards for 3. Cash!
He's finally made a jump shot, finally made it 3. After 0 for 11, it's tonight without making a 3.
Big 3. 11 in the corner for Edwards. Warriors lead is 9. Here's Buddy Hield. Catch and shoot. The stroke is pure, and Buddy Hield delivers another big 3-pointer.
18th 3 of the night for Golden State. When you outscore a team by 39 from the 3-point line, you got a good chance to win. That's my expert analysis. That's what they pay me for.
Bad miss by Edwards. And it's going to be a timeout. Steve Kerr was able to get the timeout.
To 15 to be an 8-second violation.
Podziemski does get it in. And Draymond Green secures it. Green playing with those 5 fouls. We are headed to the 2-minute mark in regulation. Warriors trying to hold off this Wolves team, and Butler's going to draw the contact. So savvy. It's so impressive what Green.
But we're just coming off that Cleveland-Indiana game, or even the New York-Boston game, so don't count this game as over yet.
Minute 58 to go, and Jimmy Butler very comfortable at the free throw line in crunch time, and he misses the first.
That's on you, Brian.
I didn't say he was going to make it.
You said very
1 out of 2. I thought I'd just lay out there.
Okay, I thought that was a good decision.
Edwards. Going to 2 minutes. Finds Naz Reid. Naz Reid almost lost it out of bounds. Reid driving to the basket now, and Reid missed it. Payton. And now it's going to be a second chance with McDaniels no good. And there is Podziemski. The Warriors secure the board. Minute and a half to go. Golden State ball, and they are starting to head for the exits here at Target Center. Ball control for Jimmy Butler. Warriors leading by 13. Butler no good. Wolves got to go quickly. Edwards drives, lays it in. Anthony Edwards after 1 point in the first half, 20 in the second half.
Vincenzo, I think, tried to foul Podziemski 3 times.
Didn't get the call, did he? Now we're under a minute to go. And Draymond Green content to dribble it out. Shot clock at 3. Jimmy Butler to Green. Green fires. That was blocked. And that is a shot clock violation.
But they're going to go look at this. Latent impact.
That was a foul prior to the shot. Randall got it deep. It'll be free throw double for Jimmy Butler. Butler, the former Minnesota Timberwolves, and it didn't end well. He had asked for a trade. He was about to be a free agent at the end of that 2018-20 after taking the Wolves, helped taking the Wolves to the playoffs for the first time in 13 years in the 2018 playoffs. And so he was traded. Miami, that was the most contentious of the Butler exits.
Oh, I don't know. This one was pretty contentious. Yeah. He blew up an entire practice up here.
He took out all the reserves, and
it's always come down to money. It's always been a business thing with Jimmy Butler, not getting paid what he thinks he deserves to get paid.
Butler puts that one back. This is going to be a Golden State victory in game 1 of this second round series. The first time these two franchises have ever met in a playoff series.
Well, and a great win. When Steph Curry only plays 13 minutes and you're able to get a win on the road against the team who's been playing as well as Minnesota. Again, they do it with defense. They held Houston under 90 points in 2 of the wins in round 1. They're going to hold Minnesota under 90 points tonight. Golden State is simply a great defensive basketball team.
Something about the
sạch nhá. Nạo sạch đủ khoai tây. Cầm nạo này, đưa một đường này. Kéo khoai tây vào phía trong mình. Còn cái nạo mình sẽ đưa ra ngoài nhé. Như thế thì con sẽ không bị đứt tay. Nên là cái tiếng nước nó kêu to đấy. Chị ngồi lắng nghe một chút nhé. Sau này nếu mẹ không có ở nhà, con chỉ cần mở ra là xem mẹ hướng dẫn làm, con có thể tự làm được rồi. Mẹ rất là tin tưởng Nhi của mẹ sẽ rất là khéo tay luôn.